Today we will discuss orthogonal projection operators. Let us define a projection operator on a Hilbert space H is said to be an orthogonal projection operator if and only if its range and null spaces are orthogonal. In the last lecture, we have proved that a bounded projection operator on a Hilbert space H is self-adjoint if and only if its range and null spaces are orthogonal. But if range and null spaces are orthogonal, then operator is an orthogonal projection operator. So we can restate the earlier theorem as follows. A bounded projection operator P on a Hilbert space H is an orthogonal projection operator if and only if P is self-adjoint. In the last lecture, we have also observed that null operator and identity operator are projection operators. And since both operators are self-adjoint, so we can say that null operator and identity operator are orthogonal projection operators. Now we shall prove a theorem. Let P be an orthogonal projection operator on a Hilbert space H. Then we have to prove that P is positive. Positive means inner product of Px and x is always greater than or equal to 0. And then we have to prove that inner product Px and x is equal to norm of Px square for every x in H, and norm of P is equal to 1 unless P is null operator. Let us prove this theorem. As P is an orthogonal projection operator on a Hilbert space, so P is self-adjoint by the earlier theorem. So P star is equal to P. And for each x belongs to H, inner product Px and x is equal to inner product P square x and x. Since P is a projection operator, so P is equal to P square. And this is equal to inner product Px and P star x. Here, since P square x is equal to P of x. And so, by the definition of Hilbert adjoint operator, we can write here inner product Px and P star x. And since P star is equal to P, so we can write inner product Px and Px. And this is by definition norm of Px square, and norm of Px square is always greater than or equal to 0. So we have proved that inner product Px and x is always greater than or equal to 0 for each x. So we can say that P is positive. So we have proved the first result, and similarly, and we have also shown that inner product Px and x is a norm of Px square, and so we have proved the second result. And so next we shall show that three holds, that is we have to prove that norm of P is equal to 1. Let x belongs to H, then we know that x can be written as y plus z, where y belongs to range of P and z belongs to null space of P. In the last lecture, we have proved this result, and norm of Px square is equal to norm of P of y plus z whole square. Here we have replaced x by y plus z, because we have proved that any element of H can be uniquely expressed as sum of an element of range space and an element of null space. So here we can replace x by y plus z. And since P is linear, so we can write here norm of Py plus Pz whole square. And since z belongs to null space of P, so Pz is equal to 0. And since y belongs to range space of P, so Py is equal to P, which we have seen in the last lecture. So we can write here norm of y whole square. And we know that norm of y whole square is less than or equal to norm of y square plus norm of z square. And since y and z are orthogonal, because y belongs to range space and z belongs to null space, and we know that null spaces and range spaces are orthogonal, and so inner product of y and z are is 0, and so by Pythagorean theorem we can write here this is equal to norm of x square. And so we can write norm of px square is less than or equal to norm of x square, and since these are non-negative numbers, so we can write here norm of px is less than or equal to norm of x, and this implies p is bounded because this holds for every x in h. As norm of px is less than or equal to norm of x for every x in h, so we can write here norm of px divided by norm of x is less than or equal to 1 for every x in h and x is not equal to 0. Otherwise norm of x is square, norm of x is equal to 0. So here we are writing x is not equal to 0. And if we take supremum of all these terms, that is supremum of norm of px divided by norm of x, x belongs to h and x is not equal to 0, then supremum of all these terms is also less than or equal to 1. And by definition of norm of a bounded linear operator, we can write norm of p is less than or equal to 1. Let x belongs to h such that px is not equal to 0. Since p is not a null operator, so we can write here px is not equal to means we can have some element in S such that px is not equal to 0. So we are taking such an element, then norm of px is equal to norm of p square x, because p is projection operator, and then this is equal to norm of p of px, and by definition of bounded linear operator, we have this is less than or equal to norm of the operator, that is p, and norm of px. And since px is not equal to 0, norm of px can be cancelled, and so we can write here norm of p is greater than or equal to 1. And from 1 and 2, we have equality, that is norm of p is equal to 1. Thank you.